What's up, YouTube? Welcome in. We're also over on TikTok. How's everybody doing, guys? Hit that like button. Every 1,000 likes, I visit our dear friend Penelope. Give me 1 second. I'm just going to share it. Dr. Love, hello. Welcome in. Nice to see you. Nice to see you. How's everybody doing? What the fuck was that? What the fuck was that? What the fuck was that? I was trying to share a story. Share this to the story. Holy shit. Um, that scared the absolute shit out of me. Give me 1 second, guys. Oh my God, why is this so complicated? It was all set up before. All right. We're good. We're going on both. Should be good over here. Let me change this to live chat real quick for when Ryan drops in. And here we are. How's everybody doing on this lovely Tuesday? I'm gonna be honest. I'm fucking tired. Sorry I'm a little bit late. Just one of those days, man. But how are you guys doing? There's been some crazy things that happened today, and we're gonna get on it, start talking about it as soon as we get maybe about 10 people in here. So hit the share, hit the follow if you haven't already. Give it just a minute. But until then, it is it is so loud outside. I'm so sorry, guys, if you guys hear that. They're like scraping the sidewalk or something. But what's up, guys? Welcome in. Welcome in, welcome in. I'm seeing some familiar faces so far. How we doing? How we doing? Don't be shy. And because it's 2026 and one thing they're not doing is stealing our joy, put one positive thing that happened in the comments today. Pretty please. What's up, April? Welcome back in. Maria, hello. Ward, what's up? Nikki, hello. My positive for the day is I was making flyers for because I'm off work Martin Luther King Jr. Day, and I was like looking through pictures because I was creating the flyer, letting our members know, and I have a similar picture as the first March on Washington in black and white. I didn't realize it, but I have almost like a mirror image of that same picture in black and white at the March on Washington that took place back in 2020. So that was pretty cool for me. But for you guys, put in the chat what you want to talk about. It can be politics, it can be personal. Today, I don't really care. But if you're being shy, I do have a few things we can talk about. Do not worry. Ryan, hello on both. And we'll go over to ground news. You guys are being kind of quiet in the chat today. What's going on? Not a lot to say. I feel like there's a good bit to talk about. Don't worry. We've got notes. Well, thank you guys so much for everything, for the likes and everything, but there's nobody talking right now. Holy cow. Holy cow. Ryan, can you hear me well over on the tube that you use, by the way? Thank you for the shares, guys. Thank you. Um, I guess I'll just get into it. Why not? So obviously we know what today is the 5th anniversary of. Thank you. I appreciate it, Ryan. We know what today is the 5th anniversary of, and if our tax money wasn't already being spent poorly, um, now we find out that the White House made a website to create a false narrative about what happened, calling January 6th a peaceful protest. Ironic, right? They also claim, or they describe what Mike Pence did. I describe it as upholding his oath to the Constitution. I think many of you would agree to that. What they're calling it is an act of cowardice. Every day has notes this term. It does. It does. Thank you so much for the follow. Thank you so much for the follow. It also, despite he fucking put what 63 cases saying that it was a something in 2020 was stolen. Um, he lost all of those. Like, what the fuck? I don't understand how there is visible proof that it wasn't a peaceful protest that day. People lost their lives. People on both sides. And in fact, because it is the anniversary, let's talk about those people because they get skipped over a lot. We had over 140 police officers injured that day. Not very back to blue. They breached the Capitol, and like I said, people lost their lives. That day, it was Ashley Babbitt. Do I agree with her actions? No. But I don't think it should have ever happened. Kevin Greasom of a heart attack that day, Benjamin Phillips of a stroke. The following day, Officer Brian Sicknick had multiple strokes due to the acute stress of the situation. And then, sadly, days and months later, officers Howard Liebengood, Jeffrey Smith, and Gunther Hashida all took their own lives. No, I literally just read off the names and I gave the timeline. The first three were that day. Officer Brian Sicknick was the day after, and the officers that unfortunately took their own lives were days and weeks and months following. So try again. That's why we take notes, people. How can we not agree that none of that should have happened that day? How are we you're still saying it's a fucking Pelosi setup? What the fuck do you mean? Why would Pelosi want the Capitol breached to prevent her from certifying an election, meaning that Joe Biden would take office? How the fuck does that even make sense? Oh, that's right. It doesn't at all. Jolena, hello, hello. We're back to the black heart emojis. I love it. I love it. But yeah, it makes no sense. And our taxpayer dollars are going to that website, spreading literal propaganda. But I'm not MAGA. That should have never happened. I had I don't agree with most of Mike Pence's views, but that was an American patriot that day. Plain and fucking simple. That was an American patriot. He upheld his oath. That's what it looks like. You do the right thing according to the Constitution, no matter what the public perception is going to be. They had a fucking noose outside for him. Why are we still talking about this? GA's best? Oh, probably because our taxpayer dollars just went for the White House to create a website saying that it was a peaceful protest, that something in 2020, if you know what I'm talking about, was stolen. It said what Mike Pence did was a coward. It called DT, said he was silenced and he had no part in it. That's a lie. He literally had the Fight Like Hell rally speech. He tweeted, he called people to gather, and false claims about Pence and the certification. Why should we have to forget about that? That is a stain on the American legacy. I mean, it's already pretty fucking stained. How's it affecting me personally? Why does everything have to be a personal affect? First of all. Second of all, we literally just talked about 140 police officers being injured that day. That same day, 3 people lost their lives. One was by pew pew, one was heart attack, one was stroke. A day later, Officer Brian Sicknick, multiple strokes because of that acute stress he suffered in that situation, passed away. And then 3 more officers took their own fucking lives. And I'm not a black the blue person, but that shit should have never fucking happened. Jolena. Debbie, unfortunately, I don't think that was the start, but I think it was a catalyst event. As a former Marine, I swore to uphold and defend the Constitution. Those people should still be in jail. As a former Navy, I agree. I absolutely fucking agree. And I agree with how Mike Pence behaved that day and his actions. Maybe I don't agree with him again. Maybe I don't agree with him politically, but he did his fucking job. And you got to give him his flowers for that. Let's be real. And he still gets hate for it. And he's like, what do you mean? Like, that is his job. He was doing his job the correct way. He had integrity. One could even call him a patriot. But yet, I digress. But guys, we are now at 2,000 likes. Thank you so much. We're going to do a little preheat and then we are going to visit our dear friend Penelope. Kamari, we were just talking about how taxpayer dollars have been used to create a false narrative by the White House today, of all days, about how January 6th was peaceful. Yeah, yeah. But give me 1 second, guys, or 5 rather. And if you're new here, I'm Dana. Welcome to Red, White, and WTF. This isn't a left or a right page. Believe it or not, it's the power versus the people. My political beliefs are pretty fucking normal, I think. I think anyone should be able to do whatever the fuck they want as long as, Ariana, we're just getting started. You're all good. I think that anyone should be able to do whatever the fuck they want as long as it does not harm or unalive anyone or anything or impede on or take away the rights of others. I also think that food, housing, education, healthcare should be affordable and accessible. Notice none of that was freebies. None of that was I barely work and I live in a mansion and I'm rich. None of that was open borders. None of that. Now, can I say I don't want an open border, but also point out the fact I'm doing quite well, Ariana. Just a little tired today, but we're doing okay. Um, can I say that I don't want open borders, but that our immigration system is in desperate need of reformation? Absolutely, I can, because two things can be true at once, and it doesn't make the either or illegitimate. Honestly, I don't want to live in a mansion. It's too big. I low key, I love my studio because it's just like a big bedroom where I have access in the same space to like my kitchen. Like it's cool for me. Thank you so much, Angie, for the follow. And plus, it's a lot to clean. Just not for me. Because like even if I did hire someone to do that service, like being in the military, I do when I deep clean and I'm particular, so like I would have to clean it myself. Not for me. But that's what's happened, Ariana. If you did not know, our taxpayer dollars went to the White House to create to make a website and promote said website, saying that January 6th was peaceful despite 140 officers being injured, 3 people passing away that day, and one person after, along with 3 other officers who took their own lives because of the stress of the event, saying that something was stolen in 2020 despite every fucking case being thrown out, and that Trump was peaceful, that he didn't do the fight like hell speech at that rally. He didn't call people to assemble and say, be wild. And he didn't spread false claims about Pence and the certification of the election. Wait, hold on. I think I missed something. And that's true, and why I said educational. Wait, Casey, I think I missed something. Are you saying that what I said that it was peaceful is educational, or that the facts I followed their claims by? Sorry, a little confused. Just to ask for clarification. Um, and I've been getting a few messages today. I haven't super looked into it, but apparently the Pentagon is now doing an inquiry to basically try to take the ability away from women to serve in combat roles, which is going to lead to taking away the ability of women to serve at all, which is going to take away the ability for women to vote. Because why? He's already said all these things. That's what he wants. I was surveyed. Wait, no, look at the previous comment. I was surveyed. I don't know if it was 1500 to 1600. Um, wait, Antifa members, what? No. No, I'm saying I don't see it on here, Casey. So can you say it again? Women should serve. It was after. You rally the people, give them instruction, and they follow. Well, I don't like what the fuck are you talking about? But guys, what's up? Welcome in, welcome in. Just the website that they're using to push things that have already been proven differently. And right now we're talking about the current Secretary of Defense is trying to basically illegitimize the military service of women, which I mean, he like retweeted or whatever the fuck you call it, his preacher that said women shouldn't have the right to vote. He obviously doesn't want women in the military, and he's constantly attacked DEI and gender equality, even though, ironically, as it's been widely reported, Puny Peen Pete has some bevy problems, and that's okay. I get that. I believe that addiction is a disease. But in that disease, he falls under fucking DEI. Not to mention the fact that he's untreated. But I digress. I digress. But you see, Ryan, you know who you just muted? They're in here every day. That's what I was talking about. My page isn't about building like fame and notoriety. It's about building community because even the trolls come back every fucking day. Thanks for continuing the nose ring theory. What about what I just said was a nose ring theory? Curiously asking. Yeah, it's crazy that they just come back every fucking day to say the same thing. It's like, and the thing is they post videos, so it's like it's not like an actual like bot. What's up, Feisty Adora? Hello, hello. Welcome in. Guys, sorry I'm being loud. I'm trying to keep myself awake. I've probably slept about 5 hours in 2 days, and work has been working me. But it's a-okay because I'm here with you lovely people. We have about 37 more minutes on. So plenty of time. But the fact that we're not to 10K yet in likes is kind of crazy. Also, if your finger's tired from hitting the like button and you haven't hit follow yet, it's 1 second, it's free. You can forget I exist, or if you like the conversation, it'll alert you when we go back live. But so far, we've talked about, Puny Peen Pete hating women, about the taxpayer funded propaganda website. Um, Oh, now DT is saying that California is under investigation because we are apparently more corrupt than Minnesota when we're a donor state that gives them money. Anyways, is there anything specifically you guys want to talk about? Please put it in the comments if so, and don't be shy. It can be a personal question as long as it's respectful. It can be political as well. Let me know and we'll get to talking. Is the worst. How is California the worst? Truly asking. Because I'm a resident of California, by the way. Across my screen. I was asked to rate you. I rated you as educational. Oh, okay. I'm so sorry, Casey. I was so confused. Because I didn't know it asked to rate. But thank you for educational. I appreciate that. Oh, um, not gonna read the name. Sorry. But I don't have an opinion on that because I don't know what you're talking about. Miss the beaches. I mean, it's a little bit different. It's a little bit different now. Like I got to California in 2014. I went on deployment right away. So it's really 2015. But been here almost 12 years. It's changed, but I still love it. Um, I love the community I live in now. I get to walk everywhere. It's nice. So I'm happy where I'm at. I'm actually pretty sad that, at the end of the year, we're going to Europe for a year and then coming back to New York. But reparations bill, did they? If so, good for them. Let's see. Let's see. I live in Southern California. They're active on various bills right now. The Firewall Act for Bay Restoration. It's not popping up. Hold on. San Francisco has a city-specific reparations effort, distinct from California statewide task force, with a committee of recommending remedies for harms to Black residents, including a controversial $5 million lump sum payment proposal for eligible individuals. I'm okay with that. Cool. They're telling me where my money's going. I approve of it. It's fine. Is New York my dream state to live in? I don't know. I've never lived there, so I can't say it's my dream state. It's definitely going to be different from California. Um, I've always wondered what it would be like to go there. And I'm only committing to a year there. And if I don't like it, maybe I'll come back here. Maybe I'll go to Boston, maybe Chicago, something like that. Casey, thank you so much for the follow. How's Newsom? Time for jail. Did I say that because I live in California, I support Newsom? I like how petty Newsom is. I like that he does fuck you politics, but I don't agree with everything he's done. I don't agree with a lot of what he's done. So don't really know what point you're getting at. Because again, guys, just a reminder if you're new here, it's not a left page versus a right page. It's a power versus people. And I think politics on both sides, due to, being bought and paid for by super PACs, They can't be for us because they're paid off. They have to be for whoever the fuck sponsors them. I also believe in term limits for everyone, no more lifelong appointments, especially for the Supreme Court. That should be an elected position only. If they're going to be the highest court in the land to truly represent the people, they need to be fucking elected. I don't think that people that are elected officials who have influence on laws regarding the stock market or cryptocurrency while serving, I don't think they should be, or their families should be able to participate in that market. That is insider trading. You have knowledge of it. Plain and simple. What about that was fuck the right, that was just, it's anti establishment, which is what you thought you were getting with DT. Surprise. Stand up to the man so at least he doesn't bow down. Okay, I like that, Casey. I like the way you put that. Did you hear about the bet someone placed? I did not. The topic, Proud Patriot. We're drifting from topic to topic right now. Actually, waiting for my next one, so put it in there. And again, just so you know, my political beliefs are as follows, which are pretty fucking substandard. I think anyone should be able to do whatever the fuck they want, as long as it does not harm or unalive anyone or anything, or impede on or take away the rights of others. I also think that things like food, housing, education, and healthcare should be affordable and accessible. Two terms for everyone. I love that. Thank you so much. Vibes for the follow. I like the name. I like the name. I can't say it out loud, but I like the name. Um, yes, we like term limits. And here, I'm not, you guys know, I'm looking for more unifying factors, right? So you swing left, just, I will proudly say that I normally vote with the left because they're more aligned with my views, but that does not mean I support 100% of what they do. Um, for me, I hate the fact that we only have two real and legitimate options to vote for on a ticket in the US that has a real chance. Um, because because of the electoral college, a lot of people have been led to feel like their vote doesn't matter. Um, like when people don't win the popular vote, but somehow win the electoral college vote and become president the first time. But I digress. Uh, I think it's not even centrist. My thing is I'm about the people. I think that if we're paying our tax dollars and I need government assistance because there's such a wage disparity in this country, I should get it because my taxpayer dollars are funding that program. Yet that money, nope, it eventually gets just fucking put up to the billionaires, all their tax breaks so they don't have to pay. Like Jeff Bezos and Amazon using probably more infrastructure than any person in the world and barely pays any fucking taxes in comparison. And no, I'm not calling, by the way, for like a violent revolution. I don't think things are going to change overnight. I am more about micro changes personally. We all start to change a little bit, become a little more community based rather than politically based. Um, I think a lot of good can come from that. Micro change can lead to macro causation. I hope very few, probably zero people pay taxes this year. That would be interesting to see assimilated for sure. If you demand we have the babies, feed the babies. Ooh, Casey, I love that. I love that. If you demand we have the babies, you feed the babies. And also provide the mother's aid while they're with child, like it's growing inside. Like, why don't you have a life insurance policy on a fetus? Wonder why. Why can't pregnant mothers use a carpool lane? Hmm, wonder why. And these are just like bare basic, just fucking realizations. But didn't Trump run on no tax on tips and Social Security? So, Proud Patriot, here's the thing on the no tax on tips. I live in California. I live in a community that all the friends I have pretty much are in roles that receive tips. They get most of their income from that. That no tax on tips stops at 25,000. They accumulate that rather fast. California is expensive. Like our bank accounts may say we have a lot, but it's not as much as it seems. Again, I'm still happy here. I'm not complaining. Um and that's not like a set thing. It expires when? Oh right. when they're up for fucking election again. So they're going to use that as leverage. Plain and simple. Just like the no tax on overtime. There's a limit, it has an expiration. And of course, in that one big, beautiful bill, and all of the little changes that they included that are actually huge changes, it affects us all. And it's all going to expire when it's time for reelection. It's pretty obvious at this point. And guys, I'm so sorry. We're already at 12K. Let me go visit Penelope really quick. One sec, guys. Yeah, Social Security wasn't on that bill in that term. Also, funny thing about Social Security, because a lot of people are concerned about Social Security right now. Statistically, those with ITINs that pay into the Social Security system, even though they're not yet citizens, even though they don't get to reap the rewards of that, they are primarily what's keeping the Social Security system alive and functioning. I won't say alive and well, but alive and functioning. Because they pay into a system that they can't benefit from, but they're draining the swamp. I don't get it. I really don't. But what I think, hopefully, we can all agree on is something very simple. We need to force one issue bills. None of this one big beautiful bill where they highlight 5 different things that sound good and then have 10,000 other shitty things in there. Assimilated, I hope that doesn't happen, but I don't know. Care about everybody but Oh, really? You know, Lee, it's funny you say that because right now, the president is threatening to strike Iran to protect Iran's protesters, but he asks if they can pew pew American protesters in the fucking knees. Hmm. Oh, no role models is on and the George Bush part's on. What the fuck are you even talking about? You the Democrats don't give a fuck about the safety of citizens, yet he is threatening to attack like 7 different countries right now. Who do you think that endangers? Us. You don't think one country is going to be like, "You know what? Fuck it. We're going to go on the offensive. We're fucking tired of this." You don't think that's possible? Because it is. They're literally trying to kick us out of fucking NATO right now. To go where? To Russia? Oh, wait, Russia is allies with Iran and Venezuela. Oh, but do we go to Canada? Oh, wait, no, they're preparing for a near peer conflict. Oh, do we go to Mexico? No, we just said we were going to attack them. Like, what the fuck? You're Ecuadorian. Cool, cool, cool. Like, that's just crazy to me. You lean right. And you can lean right. That that is totally your prerogative, just like I can lean left. Some people lean so left they end up being right, and vice versa. They end up being left, which is always kind of strange to see, but understandable. Um, but it's not about right or left right now. It's about the power versus the people. He's literally threatened to strike them multiple times. And they have said that what he did in Venezuela is illegal and is considered an act of WAR. So, literally, like, it's so wild. Hold on, let me see all of the countries he's threatened in the past like 3 days. Threatened in 2026. We're only 6 days in. Let's see. No, oh my God, you have to pay for everything. Greenland, Colombia, Iran, Mexico, Cuba. Um, Obviously, Venezuela. So there you go. A lot of unsafe feeling comes from. Oh, ooh, Canada. Well, here's the thing about Canada saying that, or did he threaten them as well? When I brought up the near peer conflict, I do want to specify near peer conflict. It basically means they are making sure they are militarily ready to act if they have to, not offensively, most likely defensively to an equal power, and obviously they are referring to us. Apparently not, CK. Apparently not. Apparently not. Also, it's really weird because Trump is trying to float the idea of somehow putting Stephen Miller in charge of Venezuela. So they removed one dictator to then replace him with someone that worships dictators and constantly and even kind of resembles Joseph Goebbels. No, the fuck we don't. No, the fuck we don't. He absolutely is. Absolutely is. And for those of you real actually, there's someone named Real Patriots in here. This is not aimed at you. But for those of you that really love, how true American, down south Stephen Miller is, the only south he's from is Southern California, Santa Monica to be specific, where he started getting attention because he made a speech saying that his lazy ass shouldn't have to throw away his trash at school because the school employed janitorial staff. And I don't mean like a campus fucking cleanup. I mean you use something and he thinks you shouldn't have to throw it away. But Dr. Love, his wife's even scarier. Let's see. Sorry, guys. Yep, we will break NATO code. Yep. Thoughts on Candace Owens? Man, I just, I don't pay close enough attention to her. I know like the drama that's going on between like her and Erica Kirk and some changes of views that Charlie Kirk had before everything happened. But I don't know the specifics enough to really talk about it. The chat is really coming in tonight. Yeah, it is. It's been pretty cool. It's been pretty cool. We're almost at 15K where I'll visit Penelope again. Thank you guys so much. We got about 20 minutes on here. It would be super cool if in that 20 minutes we got to 30K. I'm just saying. But that's up to you guys. Keep tapping that screen. But if your thumb gets tired, you can always just hit the follow button so you get alerted anytime we go live. The new de facto NATO. Dude, they're they've already come out and said if we do this, like we're out. But the thing is Trump has convinced him that that's what America is best for America, so he can go be best friends with Putin. But he just kidnapped a leader of a sovereign nation. I'm not saying Maduro was a good guy, no, but I'm saying the way he went about it was fucked. Um, and was a national security threat, is a national security threat. And he's also threatening Iran to protect Iran's protesters, ironically. Uh, who's also allies with Iran? Oh, yeah, Russia. So, how the fuck does that happen? No, I don't agree with anything other than the fact that college shouldn't cost an arm and a leg. Um, that he said for the most part. However, I think what happened to him, I do not agree with pew pew violence. I hate having to say it on here like that because I think it demeans the severity of it, but we honor guidelines. Sorry, guys. Um, but I hate that that happened to him because I may not have agreed with him as a human. He's still a father. As wacko as I think his wife, he was still a husband. It was a 100% preventable thing, and people still want to blame people. And I'm not calling for taking all pew pews, but I think in most cases, if you're claiming it's for sport, you should have to leave it in a facility locked away until you go and do that sport. Just saying. Just saying. Thank you so much for the follow. Because again, political beliefs. I think anyone should be able to do whatever the fuck they want, as long as it does not harm or unalive anyone or anything, or impede on or take away the rights of others. I also think that healthcare, food, housing, and education should be affordable and accessible. I believe in term limits, no lifelong appointments. The fact that the Supreme Court is not elected by the people is fucking crazy. Um, because they are the highest court in the land with absolutely no oversight, appointed by who? Presidents. Like, what the fuck? I think if you have an elected position, there should, if there's a minimum age, there should be a maximum age to serve. Plain and fucking simple. I think it's pretty, if you are having anything to influence the way laws and policies pass about the stock market or cryptocurrency, I think you and your family, while serving, after and before, it's fine. But while serving, you shouldn't get to participate in it. That's insider trading because you know how this fucking trend, you know, you're causing the market trends. I think career politicians need to be done with. It's public service, meaning you should be able to do your time and then go live out the rest of the rest of your life in the best way possible. But not because you get rich off the back of victimized Americans who just want to practice their First Amendment right, immigrants who are already facing a tough enough system, getting wrongly fucking deported, Americans getting wrongly deported. We have facilities inside this country that Mayor Seacott, and they were bragging about it. Seacott, a place so fucking terrible. 60 Minutes and Barry Weiss pulled it because the truth would have been all we needed. Ebony, thank you so much for the follow. Commenters, be respectful or go away. Wait, I don't know what's going on. I think I'm missing some of the comments, guys. I'm not understanding what's going on. But I am going to visit our dear friend Penelope for just a second. I'll be right back. And we're back. Is there anything else you guys want to talk about? I know a lot happens all the time. I can go to Ground News if you guys would like. Um, I give them a shout out almost every live. No, I'm not sponsored by them. You can look it up. I don't take sponsorship from anyone. Um, so feel free to help me out. But you don't have to. Times are tough. But Ground News basically assembles all news sources, or most news sources, international, domestic, right, left, center. It tells you the factuality. There is a membership fee. I pay, I don't remember what it's called, but it's $30 for the whole year. And honestly, it helps me fact check so much more easily because if US papers are saying one thing, but then seven other countries are all saying another thing that's similar, it's worth looking into, right? Is China going into Venezuela? I'm not sure. Honestly, I am not sure. Yeah, thoughts on the EPs. I think there are people on both sides in them, and I think those proven to be in them should be held accountable. I don't care your political belief. I don't care if you're a movie star or a rock star. I don't give a fuck. If you participated in that, you should be held accountable. Plain and fucking simple. I also think it is undeniable that the person in office right now was best friends with him for years, and multiple other people who have been found guilty of the same thing. Example, he said Diddy was a great guy. He's in them. And me saying he's in them is not me saying Democrats are not, because they are, because that loops into it all. Our politicians and those in power are not for the American people, either side. They may talk to both sides like they are, or they may talk shit on the other side. None of them are for us. They are for their portfolios. They are for their fucking bank accounts. And guys, we just hit 20K. Thank you so, so, so much. I appreciate you all. Hit that follow button if you haven't already. Lack of accountability creates permission. Beautifully said. And then he dumped him. Oh, well, here's the thing. He said he dumped him, and then it's found out that he was on the plane many more times. He had fucking Thanksgiving dinner with him while he was a sitting president. Thank you so much for the follow. I really do appreciate it. And thank you guys for the likes. At 25, I'm sorry, 25, I'm going to visit Penelope. Not to the island. Okay, guy, tell me this. If I were friends with, we'll go lowball with him, two people that were proven to be terrible humans, guilty of the things I can't say of on here, you would look at me differently. And you would say, wait, how can she be around two people that went down for such similar things and not be involved or have knowledge? Answer my question. Nice to see you, Thor. Nice to see you. But do you know how many people are friends with other rich people? That doesn't mean they're a part of it. I understand that. I understand that. If my dog was rich, that doesn't mean he knows Donald Trump. You know what I mean? I understand that. But these people, they know each other. They were best friends. He was on JE's desk, a picture of him. That's fucking crazy. It's not I just hate him. I do. I think he's a disgusting human being. I also think he's a terrible leader. But I will say the same thing about any Democrat that it comes out in the files. It's fucking disgusting. Probably excuse it. Probably excuse it. Damn, Dr. Love, get him. Get him, Dr. Love. Guys, we got 11 more minutes in here. We are almost at 25,000. Keep hitting that like button. He protected him. Exactly. At the very least, he protected someone guilty of that. At the very fucking minimum, and you cannot deny that. Pam Bondi was the one that gave him the fucking deal. How does this not? It's like find the circle, and there's signs all around it saying, here's the circle. That's at the very fucking least. Wait, I still think I'm. So the picture tells me that he is part. Wait, so the picture tells you it's more than the picture. It's the friendships. It's the tapes that have come out. It's him literally saying that he would walk backstage, bragging on it, on Howard Stern, bragging that he could walk backstage where underage girls were not fully dressed because he was the owner of the pageant and his excuse was he was inspecting it. Like, Sawyer, is your point that, are you alluding to maybe you think that Maduro was in on it and this is all like a spectacle? Like Maduro's way out, Trump's way in kind of thing? Exactly. It's just, it makes no sense. It just makes no sense to me. Hello, Caroline. Hello, hello, and welcome back. Guys, we do still have 10 minutes on here. We just hit 25. I'm going to go pay Penelope a visit, but I don't think Maduro is in a team with Trump. But so far, this is a bluff for a reason I don't know. I mean, the obvious thing points to oil, but then like my mind keeps going in just pattern recognition, and I'm like, it could be oil, but oil could also be the distraction. It's good to see you as well, and thank you for the heart me. Penelope is a dear friend that allows me to stay elevated enough, to stay calm enough, to have a respectful conversation 95% of the time. I saw that the pizza index, but no way. Interesting. I gotta look, like, I know what you're referencing. I want to look into that though. Thank you guys so much. Thank you, Caroline. Thank you guys so much. All right, give me just a couple seconds. We're gonna visit Penelope. And we have plenty of time. 8 minutes to get less than 3,000. That's crazy. Love you guys. Love you over on YouTube as well. By the way, you guys, Ryan, I don't even think it's just you. Other people haven't been watching my lives because I went from like, so my shorts, just so you guys know, on the tube that you use, doesn't count towards watch time that I need to get monetized for this documentary. It has to be my long form, anything over 3 minutes. So I do my lives there every night. We're dual streaming and then it saves. So if you ever miss one, go check it out. But it jumped to like, and it's still not a lot, but like 56 hours from like 34. So we're getting there. I think we're at like 219 or 220 followers now. We are at 30.2 followers, 30,200 followers on here. And I couldn't do that without you guys, by the way. And it's the same name across all if you guys want to visit me elsewhere. I also do have a backup account on here. It is Red, White, and WTF 2, just this username followed by the number 2. Is there anything in the last 7 minutes that you guys would like to talk about? You let me know. Because it could be, we could talk about anything. Casey, the thing is, I couldn't do it without you guys because, like, this is literally driven by you guys. When I first started, the algorithms were different, the pay scales were different. So I'll be honest, I was bringing home with less followers than now, significantly less, like 500 to 1,000 a month. So I was getting monitors and I was getting the lighting for my setup, and then I got hacked when I came back. Everything was different. We'll just say that. Go, hello. I'm excited for you guys to see the documentary. I really hope it turns out well. But now, dude, I make like, if I'm lucky, like 20, $30 a month. 30K. Holy cannoli. What? Is that is that pink F in the back? J. Cole. Is J. Cole. Note to self. It's on actually one of my favorite albums, which is 2014 Forest Hills Drive by J. Cole. Uh the lyricism in that. He's a great storyteller. He's a great storyteller, like Kendrick. But we are at 31. Give me just a second. We're gonna visit Penelope. I'm still staying on until the top of the hour. Don't worry. So I'll go back to that. The Greenland situation. Basically, with Greenland, we need to mind our fucking business. We're not going to go buy a country just like we couldn't go buy Canada. We don't need to attack them. There's no reason for this. We need to leave Greenland the fuck alone. But a certain party has been trying to get out of NATO for a while. And now European countries are threatening to kick us out of NATO. So what do you think is bound to happen? It's unfortunate because, I mean, everyone's saying like, what's going on. It just feels like we're living like five different timelines at once. Like, what's going on in Venezuela is similar to things that have happened before, just like all of these cuts that have happened before, Reaganomics, all of that shit. We've seen Project 2025. We know how that plays out. Now Project 2026. Um, and this is all on purpose. Like they want us to be so just overwhelmed and consumed by all of the stories. We can't, like, I am guilty of fucking forgetting really serious stories. I've talked to you guys about it on here before, and it's just like, what the fuck? But it's all by design. Dumps moves on. NATO is gone. We are alone, isolated, and screwed. Yeah, no, that will literally be like the end for us because we don't have friends to the north anymore. We don't have friends to the south. Venezuela is allies with Russia. Russia is allies with Iran. Like, and you really think we can trust BB? No. That's not even factoring in China. Like, congrats. We're the bad guys. Desperately needs, they don't have enough energy to run things. And that's probably by design. It's probably by design. And again, just big shout out to my mods in the chat, by the way. Thank you guys for what you do. I appreciate you all. You make this where I can be pretty much hands free because some scary ass gingerbread man filter came up just when I tried to share my story earlier. Mentioned several times. I believe someone counted it was between 13 and 15. Oh, let me ask you guys something since it's been a few days since it's been out, so you should know by now. Is anyone in here pro conformity gate? We're talking about Stranger Things. Hello, high school. We were the bully. Yeah. Well, yeah, but I don't. I'm wondering if. What if it's not? And what if it's Stephen fucking Miller? That is my big fear. But even if it is Vance, I think Stephen Miller could somehow maneuver his way into that position still. Never mind. Okay, I won't talk about it then. He's worse than Trump. I agree. I agree. Not only because he's more malleable and more manipulative or manipulative, he can be manipulated easily. Um, he has zero, zero likability. That's the person I would want to put in charge. Why? If I were had similar views. Why? Because I can easily oust him. I'm rewatching Stranger Things right now. Well, Conformity Gate, without spoiling anything, because this is literally a conspiracy, is that there's one more episode. I really fucking hope there is. I really hope there is. It's gonna be really sad if there's not. Because there were so many plot holes. And I don't mean like things that were like left up to interpretation. Guys, we just hit 35. Thank you so much. We got 1 minute to go. Um, but like they sell so there was a Squawk website and they sell like a flashlight for merch and it has a black light feature and you shined it on the box and it says something that makes you think there's going to be another one. But apparently we're supposed to find out tomorrow. The man needs to be divorced and jailed. I would go jailed. I would go jailed. I don't think he believes I think he's trying to get rid of no fault divorce too, right? Like he's spoken out about that. I know like he's a Christian nationalist and they actively speak out against that. Um but I can't remember exactly what he said, but he was is in charge. Low key. Yeah, I agree. I agree. But guys, we are at 36,000. It is now 6 o'clock. We met the goal. Thank you so, so, so much. Um, Give me 5 seconds. We'll do our little outro and I'll give you back the rest of your night. But just a reminder, tomorrow I have to start working both locations. Don't know what time I'm gonna get off and I have to go in early. Uh, not going live tomorrow night. Should be back Thursday. I will let you guys know. Give me 1 second. We'll do the outro and then I'll see you. Thank you so much for the follow and for the double fireworks. Here we go. Thank you guys so much for the gifts, the follows, the conversations, just hanging around and having, honestly, a pretty productive night and a pretty productive conversation. There are some people claiming to be patriots on here that they were more open minded than I thought. But I couldn't do this without you guys. Thank you so, so, so much. Um, I will see you guys on Thursday. Bye, guys. All right, YouTube, that is it for us as well. Ryan, thanks for hanging out. Hope you guys have a great night. I'll see you all on Thursday.